Hello, my lovely friends. My name is Tsetsi, and today I want to talk to you about Donald Trump and what my thoughts are on Donald Trump and his presidency and his very, very prolific image that's on TV right now. So I just want to take you through some of my knowledge of Donald Trump and some of my impressions that he's made on me following the first couple weeks of his presidency that just took place recently. So let's start with a little bit of background on Donald Trump. He's got English background. I think his mother is English. He is 70 something years old. I'm not sure exactly how old he is. Maybe Julio can look that up. But he is an old man essentially at this point. He's been a very public figure for most of his adult life. He's been on TV. He's been on various different shows, TV shows. I'm sure he's been on many radio stations. He's extremely public and prolific. He's 78 years old. Wow. Thank you, Julio. He's very, how should I say? He's got an advanced senior citizen age, okay? And that's very impressive because he's been doing really well for that age. At this age, most of the people that I know in Bulgaria are already, they've got their forever homes in the graveyard already in Bulgaria, okay? When they hit the age of like around 72, they're gone. But as you may already know, America is different. American people, especially the more, how should I say, wealthy ones, they live longer. And if you've been to the United States, Palm Beach in Florida, specifically, there you'll notice the old people are very well taken care of. They've got absolutely no fat on them. They're lean. They are well taken care of. They look good. They're fresh. They're crisp. They wear only the best clothes, like pastel colors, pinks and greens and yellows, and he's like a typical Palm Beach guy. I used to live in Palm Beach. I've seen those wealthy, millionaire, billionaire types there. And that's how they are. They live long. They eat healthy. They take care of themselves. They do plastic surgery, cosmetic procedures, hair implants, and they are well presented, as they say. And that's how Donald Trump is. He is well presented. He has presented himself and his wife very, very well in the public's eye. His wife is also extremely, good looking. Like, how old is Melania, Julio? Julio can look up Melania's age, and she's looking extremely well for her age too. So, that's my overview on his outside appearance. He's a very tall man, by the way. I think he's quite tall. He's chosen a wife to be as tall as he is, which is, it's not very easy when you're a tall guy or woman to find a partner of your height. She's 54. Wow. Yeah, she's looking good. Very good for 54. So Melania, I think she's from current day Croatia, ex-Yugoslavia. So ex-Serbia, Yugoslavia, whatever.
Slovenia.
Oh, Slovenia? No, she can't be Slovenia. Slovenia is Ivana Trump, or is she Czech Republic? Anyway, they're very close there, like Slovakia, Slovenia, Croatia, you know, Montenegro, Serbia, Macedonia. Those are very close countries, and they're very like, they're the same breed of people, sort of. They're like one tribe of people. Like, I would call them like maybe Thracians, because I'm Thracian myself too. And they're of a Thracian tribe, and a lot of them are tall. So he's found a really nice match, and Donald Trump does love Eastern European women. He's got a soft spot for them, and that's his second wife, that's of Eastern European, Thracian, I would say, descent. Ivana Trump, I think she wasn't as tall as Melania, but she's just as, you know, Slavic as they come. And then his second wife was American, but he's reverted back to the Eastern European types. So let's move on to my thoughts about Donald Trump and his governance and his presidency and things like that, that I think when I'm following his public persona. So one thing I notice is that Trump has a cult following. He's not somebody who's appeared on TV as of yesterday and nobody knows him and people are starting to build opinions about him. No, he's been around like for a very, very, very long time, at least like 30 years. And people already feel like they know him. He's also, like, he used to be a TV personality. He used to be a show, like an entertainer. He had shows and things like that. So he used to be an actor. In fact, he still is an actor. And because he's still an actor, he makes a good president. And as we know, politicians are just like actors. They, in fact, are actors. But the Hollywood people say, we're the better actors, you know? Washington is just another freak show, just like Hollywood is. And, you know, the Hollywood people are just the better actors. Well, guess what? Donald Trump is a Hollywood person, except he lives mostly in New York. So he's a New York actor who graduated to Washington, D.C., right? And he's just continuing his acting duties. And because he's an actor and he makes a great president, just like Richard Nixon, I believe, was an actor also, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, all these actor personas who graduate and transition to be politicians, they do very well because the public already knows him, know them. They have a built-up brand around them. It's difficult to rebrand them, so nobody can really take them down, because if you try to take them down, it's essentially saying that you're rebranding that actor. It's not very easy to rebrand an actor who's established his brand for a very, very, very long time. And that's the case with Donald Trump. That's why he's got a cult following. That's why he won the election like by a landslide. And he's extremely difficult to rebrand, to take him down, to put anything negative out there for him that will bring him down. It's just difficult. And he sues people too. He loves to sue people who talk negatively about him, who slander him, who put him down. I've heard that he is vicious about suing people. And so a lot of people would be quite afraid to talk negatively about him. Now, his women, they're a sight to behold. He chooses the best looking women. He has a really good looking daughter. His two sons, he's got 5 children, okay? 3 children by Ivana. So that's 2 sons and 1 daughter, Ivanka. Okay, that's a quite common European name, Eastern European name, Ivanka. In fact, in my country, it's probably the most popular woman's name, Ivana or Ivanka. Besides the name maybe Maria or something like that. They're sort of like Christian type names, Eastern European ones. So so basically he likes women that look good, that have this facade, you know, persona, that look extremely well on TV, that present well, that make him look good too. He doesn't like women who would bring him down. He hasn't really had that kind of women in his past. So basically all his women sort of like enhance his image, help his public image become even stronger, even better. And he's very well known for consulting with Ivana Trump. Even after he divorced her, he was reported to have called her many times for advice, and she would give him advice because she's quite opinionated. She's, you know, passed away now, but she was quite knowledgeable and opinionated, and maybe she contributed to his popular persona because she was very advanced and forward with her opinions on how he should be in the public. Now, what's interesting about when I've been following Donald Trump and his sort of, you know, things on TV, that Rosie O'Donnell, she voiced an opinion about Donald Trump saying he's actually a woman. Okay, I've been looking into it. He could be a woman, but there's not much evidence to support that because he looks quite manly, he acts manly, he speaks manly, his mannerisms, his facial features, it's all manly. Now, I can't say the same about some other celebrities because they could be the opposite sex and we just don't know it. But for Donald, I can't see the opposite sex in him. So maybe you, because since you guys are the closest person I have, and you guys are my friends, you guys can tell me the truth of what you think. What do you think about Donald's persona? I mean, tell me in the comments, let me know. I do read my comments. I do consult with the people that follow me, you, to find out what your opinions are on the things I say. So that's why I want to hear what you think about Donald Trump. And do you think I'm right? Or do you think I'm wrong about him? Let's continue. So, as I said, these typical Palm Beach types, okay? The Palm Beach type millionaire, he's never from Florida, okay? He's always from somewhere up north. And those people in Florida, we call them, what did we call them? Snowbirds, okay? Snowbirds, because they will go from the colder northern climate to the warmer Florida climate in the winters, and then in the summers they fly right back where they came from, and then as soon as they hit like retirement age or some advanced age, they move permanently to Florida. Well, Donald hasn't really moved to Florida yet, but maybe he has, because you just never know. Like, he's around, he gets around so much, you don't really know where he lives. Like, he says he's New Yorker, but does he spend most of his time in New York, or does he spend most of his time around the world, or does he spend most of his time in Florida? You just never know. He's got a really big mansion in down in Florida. I've been I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen, there's huge, I think it's called Trump, it's called Trump something in Florida. The Trump, can you look up the name of this Trump estate in Florida? Jelio will help us what it's called, but it's got these huge palm trees, and it's really Mar-a-Lago. It's called Mar-a-Lago. Okay, it's a golf course, it's a hotel, and it's his house as well. So this Mar-a-Lago place, and him being this typical millionaire from up north who spends time in Florida, and he's also a businessman, he's also a builder. So that puts him in this category of people who are not very much your typical everyday average American. He's got money, he can take care of himself, and I really don't know what kinds of drugs they're giving him to keep him like on his toes, because his mind is sharp as a tick. He is so sharp. He knows everything. He knows how to answer questions. He's like the best entertainer. He's like number one. Watch the interview with Carson Tucker and the guy by the name of Bush, the interviewee, his name is Bush. Okay, and watch that interview to find out that guy worked with Donald Trump on his Apprentice show. He said that Donald Trump is the single most entertaining person on TV that he's ever known, that he's ever seen. And that's true. That's the same thing as I believe, because I haven't seen anyone who can stand on TV as a single person and entertain entire American public without having anyone to assist him. He's that talented, he's that big of a star. So like I said, as soon as he took over the presidency, as soon as he won the popular vote, Trump just blew up. He just got everywhere. He became viral. He became ultra viral. He became a presidential vlogger. He became a content creator. He became like the new invention of the Silicon Valley types in terms of a president. I don't know who helped him. I don't know what PR team he hired. I don't know if it was Elon Musk, who he's collaborating with, who's also a very big, personality, I guess showman, TV, Hollywood type. But his collaborations are working out because he is like in the prime of his life. Even though he's 78 years old, he's collaborating with young people. He's got his press secretary being a 28-year-old beautiful young woman who is very sharp, very crisp, very well spoken. She's talking on his behalf. He's got Elon Musk, who is like a huge star, like worldwide, and the world is watching him. The world is watching Donald Trump. It's not just America. It's not just me. I'm in the UK, I'm in Bulgaria, I'm in Greece, but I'm watching him. And not just me, not just Americans. The whole world is watching Donald Trump right now and is following his every move. I have a conspiracy group on Telegram. It's following the New World Order. It's following changes that are taking place. Well, Donald Trump appears on my group like 5 times a day. He's number one. He's front and center everywhere. He is everywhere. Everywhere. I don't know where he finds time to sleep, to eat, to have a personal life, to have a relationship with his 5 children, with his wife, and to basically like I don't know when he sleeps, because as I'm sleeping, I wake up and he's got another press conference. He's signing another 100 executive orders. He's meeting up with India's prime minister. He is meeting up with, collabing with Elon Musk on spending. He's in Davos in Switzerland the next day. Like, he jumps all over the place, like within negative time. Like, how does he do it? Does he sleep on a plane, on his executive, presidential jet? Like, what exactly are they keeping him on? And how are they keeping his mind so sharp? And how are they keeping him so lively, so alive, so in touch with reality? Because he is in touch. He's really in touch. He is not out of touch. He's not like some ridiculous old dude that's doing obscure things. No, he's like in the actual thick of it. Like, he's really on point on everything, plastic straws and everything. So that's why I'm extremely impressed. I'm extremely impressed. I did not expect this from Donald Trump, from his presidency. This is a shocker. This is a new thing for me. I feel encouraged and I feel excited because some of the things he's doing I do approve of, even though I'm not a political person at all. I hate politics, in fact. I'm against politics, but what Donald Trump is doing is more than politics. He's like changing the way the world turns, essentially. It's so innovative. It's so fresh. His approach is so new that I think, it's difficult not to follow him. It's difficult not to watch him. It's difficult not to like him or to love him even. The way he responds to questions, he's empathetic. He cares. He's concerned. He's got like this human feel. He's in touch with the human part of him. He's not like some robot who doesn't care, like Mark Zuckerberg or people like that. He's the opposite. He's got this humanity about him. So I think that's what puts him close to people's hearts, because he cares. He gives a damn about the American people, maybe. He gives that impression. So here are some points that I disagree and agree on with regards to his management of what's going on. So his content creation is on point. His vlogging, his blogging, his YouTubing. Maybe they should open a YouTube channel for the White House. Maybe Elon Musk and Donald Trump should be doing a daily vlog, presidential vlog, from that YouTube channel, because right now the way it's being reported is being reported by the news outlets on their YouTube channels, and they can control the narrative because they can, in fact, they're trying to overturn the way he's leading America by saying that he's giving too much access to Elon Musk's cronies and his new hires that are looking into those spendings. But basically they are trying to bring him down. They've always tried to bring him down, but as I said, it's very difficult to rebrand Donald Trump. So he's always got one leg up on them because he's on TV every day. So he can defend his actions like immediately, lickety-split, immediately. If they say some guy shouldn't have access to that database, he'll say, well, what do you say, America? Those spendings, do you approve of those wrongful spendings? Well, if you don't, let's continue to give the guy access, because then he can prevent those wrongful spendings. So that's what he's doing. He's every day he's defending himself, and he's like affirming his position, which is brilliant. It's marvelous that he decided to do that. I don't know if it was his idea. I'm thinking it's Musk's idea, because he's the genius. They're the Silicon Valley online geniuses that are giving him brains to do this. Anyway, so what do I think about Donald Trump's outer appearance? I think he definitely has fake tan. He goes to the what do you call it? Ultraviolet tanning bed quite often. He's got his tan. He's got his Florida tan, okay? But another thing he's had done, I think, is hair implants, because he would have been bald by now, I think, with his hair balding in certain spots. This spot would have already been completely gone if he didn't have a certain procedure done in Turkey, or they can do it anywhere, but in Turkey, I think, is the cheapest place to do it. But they could have done a better job. Like, they could have given him fuller head of hair, just like they did on Elon Musk. Elon Musk would be completely bald by now. You can look up old photos of him, and now he's got a full head of hair. They did a marvelous job because he's relatively still young, so he can get away with it. But if Donald Trump grew thick white hair at this point at 78, it would be a little more sus. That's why his hair is like, they made it realistic. They made it like more thinning. Also, he's definitely had like resurfacing procedures on his skin. He's had maybe laser resurfacing of the skin. I'm not sure exactly what they all do, because I've never had any of these procedures and I don't know what they entail. I think it's like, one of them is Botox to freeze your wrinkles, and then another one is a filler that fills up your sagging spots. But I can't say exactly for sure what he's had done, but he looks good. And another person who's had all those procedures done is, what do you call that guy, the Russian dude?
Putin.
Ah, yes. Vladimir Putin. He looks like, he's had so much cosmetic procedures done that he looks like Kim Kardashian at this point. He just looks fake. He's got these big cheekbones, like blown up. Like, look him up, like recent pictures, you'll see it. He also has had his lips done, like blown up with filler. He's had Botox for sure. Now, I'm not talking about Donald Trump, I'm talking about Putin. Putin has had this done, but Donald Trump, his procedures are a lot more subtle. His procedures are such that you can't tell what they are exactly, and that's how it should be done. That's how rich people do it. That's how really rich people take care of their facade, of their outer appearance, is doing it smartly, not overdoing it, and always keeping up with their signature look, their signature image, and not destroying it, because it's very easy for you to destroy your recognizability if you do too much cosmetic surgery or cosmetic procedures. So that's why it's important that, like, to preserve the way you look. Like, for example, if your nose is a little bit crooked and you take care of that, people won't recognize you anymore. As an example, the woman from Flashdance, Jennifer or something, she did that, and after that she was never cast for anything else, because people don't recognize it's the same woman anymore. So that's how people do it. Trump has had it done, but you can't really tell. You just can't tell. It's done very smartly. What else should I tell you about Trump? His presidency is definitely a show. It's probably the best show on TV right now because the whole world is watching it and the whole world is feeling very engaged with it. Very engaged. He's got hundreds of thousands of views like this as soon as he posts, or as soon as one of the media posts content. The views are through the roof. So therefore, he enjoys high visibility, as always. And he knows how to sell himself. He's always pointing out the good achievements of his presidency. He's always pointing out what he's done for America and Americans and what he's achieved and how he's continuing this progress and how he wanted to continue, but COVID hit during his last presidency and things like that. Like, he's defending himself left, right, and center, and people believe him, people buy it, people love it, they are gulping it up, they're eating it up, and they don't object. Very few people nowadays will object to Trump's actions, very few, even though realistically they could be questionable actions. But because he's so famous at this point and so loved, and because he's so prolific and so emblematic, everything he does is historical. Everything he does is a part of history now, and everything he's done is emblematic, and it's just it's to be used as an example of how to do things. So it will be very difficult to overturn all of that achievement that he's made so far. Now, am I pro-Trump? In as much as you could say, are you pro Angelina Jolie or are you pro Brad Pitt? I mean, who are they to me? Nobody. Who is Trump to me? He's an entertainment. I'll watch him as an entertainer. I do like some of the things he does, like I said. I am excited because I can see that some of the actions that he has taken are having an impact all over the world, and it's reaching even all the way to Bulgaria, all the way to Europe, all the way to the UK, all the way to Greece, which are the countries that I care about. And therefore I do enjoy watching him, and I do look forward to his next actions. And government is a business, let's just face it, and he's the CEO of that business. Whether people elect him or whether politicians select him or whether elites select him to lead that business is their business. I don't really care who selects him or elects him. All I care about is that I am not in politics, and I don't dabble in government, politics, policy, public things. I just don't like it. I don't believe in it. It's a business, and I'm not a part of it. I'm not an employee of that business, so therefore I have no care about what that business does. But I do watch it as an entertainment. And I am looking forward to that business affecting the business of the business that I am affected by, which is the countries I live in. And in that vein of thought, I would like to tell you that I'm heavily a believer in the redemption. So governments are in the business of slavery and people. People are their only product, and they do trade slaves. So, if you can one day free yourself of those slave chains of the government and redeem yourself from the matrix, from the system, from the government, then you would be a free person. But until then, kind of watch it and believe it, and you believe you're a part of it, and you believe you're a citizen, and you believe you should take action, and you should take part in that government doings, and you should vote. But really, you don't have to. And the less you take part in government, the better. And the better off you will be. And the more you study about redemption, the quicker you will figure out how to exit that system that you've been enslaved by. So my group on Telegram is called Alternative News. We swap news from all over the world. Check out my links below. I'll put a link to it there. There'll be other links too, because people are always asking, Tsetsi, where can we find you on social media, things like that. I do have a couple of more YouTube channels that you can subscribe to. I'm pretty sure I have an X platform channel, because Jelio is maintaining that, and the Twitter account. I will be opening up TikTok again, Instagram too, and Facebook. I do have a group on Facebook, so I'll put a link there too on that. And so yeah, join me everywhere, follow me everywhere. Jello is doing shorts right now. He's hello for the shorts. Mwah, I love you. And let's see what else I have just to wrap it up. Yeah, I just wanted to say Donald Trump is single-handedly governing the whole country of America, and pretty much single-handedly governing and affecting and influencing the whole world. He is the greatest influencer probably right now that ever existed, besides historical people like Napoleon, Hitler, and people like that. He is the greatest influencer beyond them, maybe even with a bigger outreach, far reach than them. And those are people that managed to brand themselves, and so did Donald Trump. Now, what else? And there's 400 government agencies, okay? Over 400 government agencies. If he goes through and checks all the wrongdoings, all of the transactions of these 400 government agencies, and finds what's wrong with each one of them, it will take him the whole presidency to do it. In fact, he can only concentrate for 2.5 days on each government agency before he can cover them all. This includes the IRS, the GPS, the UPS, the RPS, whatever their names are, they will have to be exposed in 2.5 days in order for his whole 4-year presidency to be taken up by uncovering and exposing the truth. And it's a really good tactic. It's a very good approach. And I think he's doing well with it. He's making it more transparent, and he can make it even more transparent. I love the way his executive order leather books have been made. Every day 100 new books are prepared for him to sign, and every day he's been signing them, and he's been like showing them, here's my new book, here's my new order that I'm signing. He doesn't care about the representatives, he doesn't care about the house of whatever, the politics. He's like, I'm leading this country. I'm like the king, basically, pretty much. I'm signing these orders. I'm leading the country in the direction I want to lead it in. I'm leading the whole world in my direction. And either you follow or you fall off by the wayside. That's it. That's basically it. That's all I had for now. I love you guys. Mwah. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please write me out a really good long comment about your thoughts, your desires, your feelings, everything. If you have any questions also, I want to hear from you. And also, if you want me to do more content like this, political, redemption, knowledge, information, whatever it is, I want to hear it. Bye guys, I love you from sunny England. Bye. Mwah.